There's a certain type of person most people don't understand. They don't just walk into a room, they read it. Before a single word is spoken, they've already picked up on everything. The awkward silence, the forced smiles, the subtle tension hiding beneath normal conversation. Nothing is obvious, yet somehow, everything feels obvious to them. And from the outside, this ability looks like a gift. People might even admire it. You're so observant. You notice things others miss. But what most people don't see is the cost. Because when your mind notices everything, it also holds on to everything. Moments don't just pass. They replay. They expand. They turn into questions that don't always have answers. And slowly, awareness turns into exhaustion. Today, we're going to break down the psychology of people who notice too much. Why they think this way, how it affects their life, and most importantly, how they can finally feel at peace inside their own mind. Part 1. Where this awareness comes from. This kind of deep awareness doesn't just appear randomly. In most cases, it comes from one of two places. The first is natural wiring. Some people are simply born more sensitive to the world around them. Their brains process information more deeply. Sounds feel louder, emotions feel stronger, and subtle changes don't go unnoticed. It's like living life in high definition while everyone else is watching in standard quality. But there's another origin, and this one is more complex. For many people, this awareness is learned. It's built in environments where paying attention wasn't optional. It was necessary. Imagine growing up in a place where moods changed without warning, where you had to read the room carefully just to feel safe, where you learned to detect tone, energy, and emotion before anything was said out loud. Over time, your brain adapts. It becomes faster, sharper, more alert, not because it wants to, but because it had to. And eventually, that survival skill doesn't go away. It becomes part of who you are. So if you've ever thought, why do I overthink everything? The truth is, you're not broken. You're trained. Part 2. You're always analyzing. One of the biggest signs of this kind of mind is constant analysis. Nothing is just simple. A normal conversation becomes something to decode. A short message turns into a puzzle. For example, someone texts, "Hey, we need to talk later." Most people might shrug it off. But your mind? It starts building possibilities instantly. Did I do something wrong? Are they upset? Why does that message feel cold? And even when nothing is actually wrong, your brain keeps searching. Because it's not just listening to words, it's watching tone, timing, pauses, expressions. Even things most people don't consciously notice. The problem is, this never turns off. Even when you're resting, your mind is still working. So while your body might be still, your brain is running a marathon. Part 3. You analyze yourself too. This awareness doesn't just focus on others. It turns inward. You don't just feel emotions, you question them. You don't just react, you evaluate your reaction. You might feel sad, and instead of letting yourself feel it, you immediately start asking, why am I feeling this? Is this even valid? I shouldn't feel this way. Even happiness isn't safe from analysis. You laugh at something, and seconds later think, was that too much? Did I sound fake? It's like living your life while also watching yourself live it. And over time, something starts to fade. Your natural flow, your ability to just be. Part 4. Relationships start feeling complicated. When you see too much, relationships change. You begin to notice patterns behind people's actions. Kindness doesn't always feel pure. Compliments don't always feel simple. Your mind starts asking, what's the intention behind this? Is there something they want? Are they being genuine? And while sometimes you're right, this constant questioning creates distance because trust becomes harder. Not because you want to doubt people, but because your mind automatically looks beneath the surface. And slowly, something shifts. You stop taking things at face value. You become more cautious, more reserved, and sometimes, even in a room full of people, you feel alone. Part 5. You feel everything, even what isn't yours. Another powerful trait of people who notice too much is deep empathy. You don't just understand how others feel. You absorb it. You can walk into a room and sense tension immediately. You can feel someone's sadness even if they're hiding it. And when someone opens up to you, their emotions don't just stay with them. They stay with you. For hours, sometimes days. You become the person others lean on. The one who listens, understands, supports. But here's the part no one talks about. Who supports you? Because when you're constantly holding space for others, you start running out of space for yourself. Part 6. Your body starts reacting too. This awareness doesn't stay in your thoughts. It moves into your body. A small physical change, like a faster heartbeat, can suddenly feel alarming. Your mind notices it instantly and asks, is something wrong? And just like that, your body reacts. You feel tense, restless, uneasy, even when nothing dangerous is happening. This creates a loop. You notice something leads to you interpret it as a problem, leads to your body reacts, leads to which makes it feel even more real. And suddenly, you're dealing with anxiety that came from noticing too much. Part 7. Trying to control everything. At some point, your awareness turns into something else. Control. Not controlling others, but trying to control outcomes. Your mind starts thinking, if I can predict everything, I won't get hurt. So you replay scenarios. You imagine outcomes. You prepare for problems that haven't even happened yet. You live in the future, trying to protect yourself from it. But here's the truth. You can't think your way out of uncertainty. And the more you try, the more trapped you feel. Part 8. How to find peace again. Now here's the important part. You don't need to become less aware. That's not the solution. The goal is not to see less. It's to carry less. And that starts with a few shifts. 1. Not everything is about you. Sometimes people are quiet because they're tired. Sometimes messages feel cold because someone is busy. Not everything has a hidden meaning. 2. You don't have to solve every feeling. You can feel anxious without analyzing it. You can feel sad without fixing it. Let emotions exist without turning them into problems. 3. You are not responsible for everything you notice. Just because you understand someone doesn't mean you have to fix them. Just because you sense something doesn't mean you need to act on it. When you start practicing this, something changes. Your awareness doesn't disappear. It becomes calmer, softer. Instead of constantly searching for problems, you begin to experience moments again. You still understand people deeply, but you're no longer overwhelmed by them. You still notice the details, but they don't control you. And for the first time in a long time, your mind feels quiet. If this felt like you, you're not alone. There are so many people out there who carry this same depth. They just don't always talk about it. Comment below which part you related to the most. And if this video helped you understand yourself better, share it with someone who might need to hear this too. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. I'll see you in the next video.